What's up, guys? As promised in the R.Mika reveal trailer reaction video, whatever thing I just did, we're going to be doing a discussion video about R.Mika and all her on-point booty game. And I figured, who better to be such a judge of this character than our resident lady killer himself and overall big booty expert, James.
I call myself the waifu warrior.
He is the waifu warrior, everybody. So, as we all know, we kind of got some early indications earlier this week that Mika was going to be revealed because Ono said that he had gotten his wish and that we were going to be very happy with it in regards to the reveal they were going to do for PAX. So we just got the drop today that Mika was revealed, and I honestly couldn't be happier. But James, you were the one who sent me this illustrious news with a giant photo of an ass in my Facebook messages. So tell me, how do you feel about Mika being in the game?
Well, it's a funny story. I woke up to it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I woke up like 5 minutes till 11, and I just saw. I'll tell the truth. Okay, so I went to bed with my I closed my browser, but it crashed. So I had event hubs on my tabs. So when I closed it, I force closed my browser, and I woke up this morning and I just out of the blue I just restored it because it normally brings up Facebook, YouTube, and then whatever else I have up. And the tab, I guess I was half asleep and I just closed it and forced it closed, but it was Event Hubs, and all I saw was this banner. The banner was just her face and her pigtails. I didn't see nothing below her neck. I was like, oh shit, I thought it was coming out tomorrow. No, I thought it was coming out tomorrow.
Me too. I thought it was coming out tomorrow.
And I was like, oh shit. Is this a teaser trailer? But I clicked it and I watched it. And the first thing that got me was the crowd going wild.
Just woo!
And I think it was just Capcom, because it said Capcom, then the crowd noises. I'm just like, are they hyping themselves up? But it was everything that I thought it was going to be. So it wasn't really much. It was surprising, but wasn't surprising.
Right.
She didn't change, except for she didn't get her hearts on her boobies like she does in Alpha.
I was kind of sad about that.
But I feel like that might have helped boosted, because
boost her seriousness a little bit more.
Well,
as serious as you can take her, really.
I'm talking about the rating.
Yes. That's...
in this day and age,
you can definitely see them heart-shaped pasties way better now than you could back in the day. Yeah, that's for sure.
She has definitely over boobs, because she suffers what Cammy has in this game, and her suit is literally skin tight.
It is skin tight.
You see navel, you see abs, and it's just you can't even stretch it
just a bit,
and it would snap back. You can't even snap it back.
Right.
So, obviously, these women are more talented than I ever thought they could, because they can actually wear that and perform and fight. So, but the trailer was fun. I loved it. I watched it probably five other times till I eventually got out of bed.
Yeah.
I was just like, this just came out of nowhere, because I thought it was coming out tomorrow.
Like an RKO, which, speaking of, we're going to get to that later in the trailer, or in this discussion. So, I gotta say, I love how many nods to famous wrestlers there were with her moveset. First of all, the Stone Cold Stunner. That was like, I was like, what? That girl just did a straight up Stone Cold Stunner.
They should have did it. Now, they should have added the opponent's animation, because I'm sure you know that every time The Rock gets stunned by the stunner, he just flies up in the air.
He sells the hell out of the stunner.
He just acts like a rag doll. And I was hoping, the second time I watched it, that their arms just fly up, and I know he does like a backflip or something, or he bounces off the ropes or something.
Yeah, he really oversold the stunner back in the day, and I love it.
That's more Americanized.
More or less.
I don't know if you guys know, but Capcom Japan is like 90% of this game. Capcom USA has their feedback, has their contributions, but this game is coming from
Japan.
overseas. Right.
It's straight up coming from Japan.
Right.
Now, another move that I really loved of hers was the giant swing, or as I called it in the reveal trailer, the Cesaro swing, which is pretty famous here in America thanks to Antonio Cesaro in WWE. So I love seeing her have the giant swing. That was really cool to see.
That wasn't in Alpha.
No,
Period.
no, it's certainly what. That's kind of the biggest thing was I was really wondering how they were going to adapt her moveset to this game. And I think the addition of her tag team partner is a really cool way to make her a better, more usable, more realistic character in this game.
Because you can't use her ring.
Right, that was kind of the thing. You know, she had the ring post that would just pop out of fucking nowhere back in the day.
Right. It's easy
we were like, what?
It's definitely easier to animate a ring in 2D than it is to make a 3D
big ass ring
to pop up during certain moves.
Right,
and
it just would happen too frequently. That would just cause so much trouble.
It would probably interfere with the lag in the game, of course, especially online, because we've been playing the beta for the past couple days.
Oh my god.
And even certain moves, normals, whatever, is just like a lag fest.
It really is, man. I mean, but we'll get into the beta talk later, but I'm going to tell you this, man. I mean, Mika, first of all, let's talk about some of the more technical aspects. What is her V skill? That I didn't look up.
Oh, okay, so if you played any form of Street Fighter 4, she has a focus attack.
Really?
Yeah, but it's cool. Like she's to me like a male version of Beowulf from Skullgirls because she is one with the crowd. She's there to please the people, not in anything wrong or raunchy. But
we're gonna get to that.
She's like the people's champ, but as a girl, it's awesome.
It really is.
So she pulls out a mic, and she's talking to you. Like I'm assuming that she's talking to you. Probably her voice actress or whatever, and I'm sure there's background of crowds.
Oh, no doubt.
But if she's hit, you get one hit of super armor.
Oh, okay.
So go out like Abel's EX roll, because you know how he gets a one hit and he hits you.
Yeah, the EX Marcellus. Okay.
Yeah. But here's the thing: you press it and you hold it, so it's a lot like a focus.
Interesting.
Focus attack. And as soon as you let go, it's like a projectile.
Okay, so she throws the mic.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Now I don't know how many stocks she has. She might have 2. She might have 3. But from the other 2 previous characters, it seems like like Birdie and Bison, depending on how good it is, and it may be 2 stocks because if it's slow enough, you can probably dodge it. But since she's a grappler, she might need it. Might be 3. So it's up in the air. The Capcom Unity forums haven't gone into detail of how many stocks because she's not playable until tomorrow at PAX Prime.
Right. Sorry, guys. You're probably not going to get to play as Mika unless you go to a convention. Right. You probably won't get to play her in the beta for a pretty good amount of time until they decide they want to throw her in. So yeah,
we haven't even played Vega or the other 2 characters.
Yeah, we haven't played Vega, Nakali, or Ken, so I really doubt we're going to get a chance to get our hands on Mika. So don't get your hopes up. But if you're going to PAX, make sure you definitely get your hands on her.
Already. If they are there.
Yeah, she's probably already ready to go. But what about her V trigger? We talked about her V skill, but what is her V trigger?
It's a one-time use, a lot like Charlie's full screen teleport, like we saw last night on the beta. People abuse that thing.
Yeah, man.
Who else has? Vega has a one-time use when he throws his rose and he comes up behind you.
So it's not a state like Birdie or Bison.
Right. It's not passive. It's a one-time use.
It's a one-time use.
Depending on if you hit up, back, or forward, her tag team partner pops up from the sky from the sky, or from behind the opponent, or in front of the opponent.
Oh.
And she gets a free follow-up afterwards.
That's pretty awesome. So that could lead to some pretty interesting combos there with the tag team partner.
And her being a grapple, she probably already has enough damage output to make it work.
No doubt. I mean, I have no doubt that she is going to be a real heavy hit character. Now, in this game, grapplers have an interesting advantage because this is a very offensive game that I've noticed.
People are afraid of being thrown.
Oh god, yes. People in this game are afraid of being thrown. So I think this is where grapplers are really going to have a huge advantage. I know that because of this game being way more offensive, I know that I've been able to snag people in Birdie's chains so easy. It's been crazy how easy I've been able to snag people because people are just trying to go in. Now, the interesting thing is I want to see how Mika is going to have the ability to punish. That's what I want to see. Like, I really want to know, like, what is she going to be able to do to answer the more offensive styles of, like, Ryu and Charlie. Like,
Yeah.
what is her answer going to be to them?
Well, in the trailer, she has a headbutt. Anti-air. That's hilarious.
Yes, that is actually
She
awesome.
just leaps, like, she extends her neck and hits you with her forehead.
Boom!
And she knocks you out of the air. So that looks like it's reliable. I know that her V-trigger is probably really good to catch people off guard.
Most definitely.
Especially
I mean,
if you get them from behind.
absolutely. I mean, I catch people with Birdie's, just his V skill, where I'm just tossing banana peels and
Right.
dew cans on the
And
ground,
cans.
and they don't expect it. So that's the thing, you know, again, it plays into the idea that seeing as a majority of people are going to play offensive-type characters, the fact that you have a way to trip them up like that is really, really fun. And I will say I love getting people with Birdie's V skill all the time. So with Mika, it's going to be really cool to see her tag team partner to come into play.
Right.
Now, real quick, who is her tag team partner again? Because I never really...
Nadeshiko something.
Nadeshiko, maybe?
Yeah, Nadeshiko is her last name. It's Japanese. Her last name is pronounced first, and then her...
Now, she's from the Udon comics.
Yeah.
I've never read
Well,
the
no,
Udon comics.
she's from Alpha.
Oh, she's from Alpha. Okay, I see. I never played R.Mika in Alpha, so I never got her ending.
She was low tier.
Oh, yeah, she was kind of butthole tier, which we really hope it doesn't happen to her this time.
A lot of people know her from Alpha because that's the only game that she's been in.
And that's the greatest injustice.
Right.
The greatest injustice.
But I hope that we don't have a rare occurrence of her being... Because here's the thing. Okay, we mentioned a lot of pros. Cons of this, but potential things that can go wrong is her being the only, and I quote this, the only female grappler in Street Fighter in this series.
In the whole series, she is the only female grappler, like pure grappler.
I know for a fact that all females, now it's a trope, it's not because it's sexist or anything.
No, we're not talking about this. This is an actual reality in the game.
Capcom lowers females' health,
but increases their speed most of the time. Sometimes.
Or gives them some sort of little perk.
Right.
Because a standard I would say HP or whatever.
Health, stamina.
Thank you. The stamina of Ryu is 1,000.
Okay.
That's even.
Right.
You know, he has 1,000 stun and 1,000 stamina. Most females have 950, 900.
Or if you're poison,
950.
Oh yeah, she had more.
She was 1,000 when she first came out in Ultra,
and we all know why.
It because everyone bitched that she was the only female that had more health than every other female.
Which I wonder why. We all know. Yeah.
That is the show after hours.
That's the midnight run right there.
So I wonder if she's going to be treated like that, and I hope not, because she's a grappler. She doesn't have much to fight against zoners, or
she needs better health.
There are no zoners in this game. If there's just people that can turtle well, that can keep her away, and that's not fair to her.
Right, absolutely. And if she has that low health advantage that a lot of the female characters do without the absolute speed, that could really play into a disadvantage with her. As long as she has a way to get in and actually do her thing and be able to withstand the hits like most grapplers can, i.e. Birdie right now, if she can get a good stamina, I mean, she could really be a force to be reckoned with, I think.
Yeah, because T-Hawk was the highest in 4.
That he was.
He had 12. He had 1150.
He did.
Zangief had 1150.
What about Hugo?
Hugo had 1150.
Okay.
Abel had 1050, only because he was a mix.
He was a mix-up grappler. Yeah, he was not a pure grappler.
Right. What else? I know. There's another one. I'm pretty sure there's another one.
Well, Fuerte was.
He's not coming back, so we don't know.
No, Fuerte's never coming back.
His story has no real significance to it.
No.
Abel might because of the tie-in with Guile and Charlie.
Maybe that's a maybe down the line.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Right.
Now,
for the people that wanted, people thought he was going to be one of the select few newcomers from 4 that will come back in 5 because they have a tie-in.
I mean, the tie-in with Charlie and Guile, yes, but I would be more inclined to believe that Jury would be the one to come back before any of the others do. That just because, again, I mean, the thing about Capcom females is they ultimately become very iconic. So that plays very well to characters like Jury, characters like, well, of course, Cammy and Chun, obviously, right. But to characters like Jury, who made a name for themselves in 4, ultimately become more memorable than characters like Abel, who is relatively boring when you think about it. Jury was a far more interesting character. But again, we're getting off topic here. Now, how about we talk about what a lot of people couldn't help but see, and that was Mika's critical art. I mean, I'm going to be one to say that if you have to go out of this world in any way, you might as well go out that way.
You're just thinking with something else. You have to think, okay, why would she have that?
Well, I mean, it's... Okay, let's break down the realism here. So, Mika, let's face it, she's a very voluptuous character.
She is very springly. She's fun.
Bubbly. She's very... Yeah. Now, one of her standard moves is the Peach Bomb.
Right. She hits you with her butt.
She hits you with her butt. So, it's very much fan service. Let's not mince words here. Obviously, there are no dudes in the game that are smashing their asses against someone else's face unless they give that move to Urien. But, I mean, let's be real here. The character gets their head mashed between 2 big old butts. That is purely fan service. We're not going to mince words with this one. That said, it looks like it's going to do some fucking damage. I will say that. I mean, just given the fact that it's 2 characters... Well, also it's a grappler. I mean, look at how much damage Birdie's super does. Right. We still call them supers, forgive us. But when you look at that...
Critical arts is hard to say.
Critical arts, yeah, or CA, whatever. Right. But Mika, definitely, I think she's going to get a huge amount of damage. I think what's going to ultimately happen with that move, and I didn't really... I only watched the trailer once, but I didn't see how it comes out. I just saw it happen. So, if it's easy on the pop-out, then you're going to get... Sorry, brief delay. So, back on the subject of Mika's critical art, I mean, obviously, it's a fan-servicey critical art. Da-da-da-da-da.
She's here for the people.
She's here for the people. I mean, let's face it.
She's here to give you a good show.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. But, I mean, we only got to see so little of Mika, but I digress with her critical art. I think if it has... It's ultimately hard to pull off. If it's hard to pull off, it very well may deal huge damage. But if it's easy to pull off, I think it'll do, like, average damage. Definitely not one of the lower, like, not even worth wasting the meter for.
No, because if you see that this game is... You only get 3 stocks of...
Meter.
So you get when you get a full meter, a lot of this game is going back to Super Turbo with a mix of Third Strike and a mix of Alpha. So your damage is coming from supers.
Yeah,
that's how you're going to get a kill.
Absolutely, that's ultimately how you're going to get a kill, is comboing into your critical.
Right, and they've stated before that most special moves or super countable, so you can do. Like Ryu, low forward fireball, get into super, and if the fireball hits, you get damage.
Yeah, you're gonna just get that damage. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember. Does the damage scale?
Well, yeah, you get all damage scales.
Okay,
and there's even a damage reduction, like in 4. I think it's when you're full health, it does the most damage.
Okay.
Once below, like from 50 to 40, it does a certain percentile less. And then once you get to 30 to 20, like obviously, if you're at 30%, someone hits with a super, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure that there isn't going to be any hurting reduction for her, because
there's probably only so many.
Because Birdie's super already does a lot of damage.
It does. It does a ridiculous amount of damage, especially when he's in a pepper state. So,
and if he does a simple whatever, low medium punch or low whatever into, I think it's his charging headbutt.
Yeah,
you can cancel that into super. If the headbutt hits.
Now, the other thing we have to think about is that most of the time, grapplers don't get huge combos.
No.
Most of the time, they don't get that. So, it really
without using meter.
Without using meter. They don't get those big, long combo strings. That's just not how grapplers work most of the time. I'm sure there's some crazy individual out there who's found a way to make it work, but I haven't. But, I digress. Now, guys, the thing you have to remember is that we are merely going off of the actual trailer here.
I wish I could play her.
Right, I would love to play her. But as of right now, we're just going off of what we saw from the trailer. I believe Capcom is doing a stream tomorrow.
Hopefully.
We're hoping to get to know more about Mika as we go along.
Yeah, because they did it during E3.
Right, so we can only assume they're going to do the same at PAX. There could be a tournament with the new build, so that way we can learn more. Now, that's the other thing, is we're going to be learning a little bit more about the new build. But, again, that's a topic for another time. But overall, my final thoughts on R.Mika is this. First of all, I love the fact that she's back. Secondly, I mean, speaking as a hot-blooded male, she's very pleasant to look at, and there's a lot of fanfare there. I mean, it's not mince words, I'm just a dude, but yeah, she's very good to look at. She looks like a lot of fun, and honestly, I'm happy that Capcom went in this direction rather than just pulling Zangief out again. I think just Mika is a far more interesting character, and the only grappler that I like more than her is Alex. But we'll see if we get my wish there. I think I will, because the very same leak list Mika was on, Alex was on too, as well as Karen. So, but final thoughts, I think she's going to be a lot of fun. Do I think that she's going to be a super uber top tier? No. I think that there is going to be a person...
No faith.
We will see who the stupid top tiers are going to be in this game soon enough. Bison's already going to be one of them, I think. He's just too solid of a character.
Yeah, if a build down the road doesn't hurt him.
But I think that Mika is going to have that one special person who's going to play her, master her, and make her look like the fucking champ she is. But, yeah, I would definitely give the whole reveal with her in the game, I would just give it an A+. It was absolutely great just to see her back. But what about you, James? What do you think?
A character like her doesn't come very often.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's the definition of fun.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, there were fun characters. I'm going off of Street Fighter 4 because Street Fighter 4 has the most characters and the most diversity. Now, they're not all good, but there's diversity in 4 compared to Third Strike.
Absolutely.
Now, Third Strike was fun. Alpha was also fun, but the character development is different. So in 4, I'm going off of 4 for basic knowledge. So a lot of characters who are fun don't really get the limelight. Being one of the core 16 to start out with this game is a good boost on both Capcom's end and our end, because now we have faith that other characters who haven't seen the limelight will come out.
Day, yeah.
Right. They will come out, and we can see them in glorious 1080p 60 frames per second, and also revamped.
Yes, and that's kind of the biggest thing with Street Fighter V is that we get to see all these characters not only rendered in full glorious HD 60 frames per second, but we also get to see them retooled. So characters like Mika that were, well, may as well use the pun. She was butt cheeks here in Alpha, but this could give her a chance to actually be good. So I'm hoping, like James was just saying, that we will get to see the more creative characters come out, i.e. Alex, Urien, Karen, Q, all these characters that have been super requested for a long time but have never been put in. I'm hoping that's what we're going to get now.
And after that, we will be able to see their story continue.
Yes.
Their lore, where they've been. Even though the Udon comics kind of sneak in bits here and there in other people's stories who are popular. But I'm glad that they took a chance. Ono took a chance. Now, I don't know how much influence he had, because it is his favorite character.
Other than Blanca.
So he has a weird taste in characters.
He likes the kind of wacky characters,
Yeah.
and I think that kind of fits to his personality, so he's a wacky guy himself. Now, the only thing I am disappointed about is we didn't get to see him walk out on stage.
Well, it's probably going to happen during the stream tomorrow.
Yes, I hope so! Ono in Rainbow Mika costume, please. Confirm for top tier. He did it in the Poison outfit.
I found him on Facebook, and he already, like all day today, he's just been posting pictures of his little Blanca next to all these little R.Mika cosplayers and Street Fighter cosplayers and pictures of R.Mika. So, obviously...
He loves the character.
He loves the character. I do, too. But here's the thing. I've never played a grapple character as much as you have.
Yes.
So, this is going to be fun. I'm excited, not for the character, but for the play
learning.
style,
Yeah.
right? Because I'm a very defensive. My main was Rose and 4. She ain't gonna come back.
No, she's not coming back. I mean, there's lore behind
Right.
why she's not coming back.
Right. I can't play offensive for the life of me.
But this could actually work in your favor because,
Right.
well, grapplers,
right.
they thrive on...
The cat and mouse game of a grappler is intriguing because they know that they have to be defensive. So
Yes.
So shutting someone down before the match even starts.
Plus, a good grapple does a good chunk of damage, so
Right.
you can get that life lead and that mental advantage very fast with a grappler.
We might be giving a little bit too credit to the people that we play against because some people just push buttons.
Yeah, guys. I mean, that's kind of been the problem with the beta, and we're trying to save this for another video where we do our
rant.
right with our beta impressions. But we had good times and we had not so good.
The first day
times.
was amazing. We were winning. We were having fun. We were joking.
Everything was good. We were
right.
playing good people.
And then the second day, I ran into someone with 105,000 points, and I was like, "What do you do?" And then I ran into a guy with a 60K.
And the 50K.
Total. And then a 55K. My measly 25K points.
We can tell the difference between the people who are legitimately good and just out and out thwomp us at the
Right.
game, and the people we're losing to because they have butt cheeks internet, or, well, frankly, we just fall for dumb shit that they do because they just throw shit out there. They just do some fucking YOLO crazy shit. But you know what? This is about R.Mika. We're getting way too off topic, but I guess I speak for both of us when I say we love you, Mika, and we're really happy that you're back. We absolutely adore you.
I have faith in her, but I don't have faith in the Street Fighter franchise because she may be fan service. She's fan service to an extent because she wears and does what she does. She wears what she wants because she's fun. It's not because someone slapped a costume on her and told her to wear this.
She's an interesting, bubbly character.
And-
if you go back, if you only...
Right.
You know what? I've been meaning to say this for a while. If you're only paying attention to what she wears and not what she does, then you are
Just go
not...
on Street Fighter Wiki and you'll find out
Go
why.
read about her.
Right.
Read about her. She has a really fun backstory. Read some of the comics with her. She's a really fun character. If all you're focused on is the fact that her tits are hanging out and her booties are hanging out...
If you're saying that about her, then you might as well just say, fuck you, Cammy, because...
Right, because Cammy's got all that ass hanging out.
Right.
But look, here's the thing. You need to go back and read her story because it's a really fun one. And I really like her as a character. It goes far beyond, boobs, butt, no. It's more than that. And I'm really happy to see her back. And again, I've said this in the reveal trailer. There is a shortness on female grapplers. So...
Well, and beyond shortness, because she's the only one.
Right. Well, there was one other one, I think, in King of Fighters, I think.
Oh, no, in
She
Street
was a
Fighter.
sumo. Oh, in Street Fighter, yeah. In Street Fighter, you can almost forget it. But, yeah. But with that said, guys, this video is running a bit long.
Just
that
do
was
some edits.
We'll do some edits. Yep. So, with that said, guys, thank you for watching our R.Mika discussion video, and let us know in the comments section below, what do you think of R.Mika? Do you love R.Mika? Do you hate her? Do you think her inclusion is strictly fan service? Or do you think it's a little something more? Make sure you hit the like button, share the video, of course, to people who you think would be interested, and most of all, hit an RKO out of nowhere on that subscribe button. And until next time, and until our next discussion, we'll see you guys later. Catch you on the flip side.
I miss you, Karen.
I miss Karen too. I really miss Karen too.